I have a controversial view on this.
Sure.
Like, are you familiar with like the whole Montessori thing where like people are supposed to like explore to learn?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't believe in that at all.
Right.
Actually, I don't think that people do that well with exploratory learning. I think actually you need to give people more structure.
Yeah.
Right. Now, in a loving way, right? You want love and structure so they can have room to explore, but within the structure.
Right.
Right. Because you don't naturally learn how to write. Writing is a very rigorous thing, right? And so you need to spend time reading really good writers for a long time, and then you'll learn how to write because like you're just emulating them. We're kind of like LLMs, all of us.
Right.
So with my little brother, he was in like 5th grade, and I realized he can't write a paragraph.
Right.
And the way I fixed that for him was we had him start reading a ton of books. So I had him actually just read Harry Potter chapters to me until he could pick up on the style of the writing and the story. And then eventually he started writing. Yeah. And that worked out really well. So like that's something I've seen work really well with students to expose them to a lot of good literature first and then build that writing skill up. Yeah. What are you doing with your kids? I'm curious.
So this is where there was a silver lining in COVID because, during the distance learning year with my kids a lot. And we definitely talked through some, for them at the time, pretty advanced concepts of grammar and punctuation and such. But we definitely talked about that a lot, and we definitely worked on it. We have a little exercise with them that we used to do, not so much anymore, but where you have to speak your punctuation as you say it. Comma,
That's
right?
so
Question mark. So, comma, you would, comma, for example, comma, just say, comma, for example, you actually speak your punctuation so that they would get a sense of here's how these different marks of punctuation work, and here's how you can adapt these skills into your writing voice and your speaking voice.
And I bet that makes you aware, too, of when you're using too many of them.
Exactly.
Right.
Exclamation point. Well, and also, I'll stop now. But you can really start figuring out the uses for, I think, some of the underrated marks of punctuation, like the semicolon and the colon, which people actually use in their conversations all the time. Yeah. But they don't use them when they write.
Well, except for the M-dash, right?
Well, so we'll get there. Yeah. By the way, I'm an M-dash enthusiast, by the way.
No, me too. Okay, one of the biggest tragedies, I think, of our modern time is that, the M-dash is being stolen from us by ChatGPT right now. Yeah. One of my students this year, Nico, he wrote this beautiful response to one of the Duke essays, actually, about AI, just like sort of pushing back and saying like, oh, no, I want to reclaim the M-dash. Yeah. We need to bring the M-dashes back. Like, we can't let AI steal that from us.
It's true. Well, and as you say, maybe it's going off track a bit, but what I've also noticed with these things is that people think, oh, if I take the M-dashes out, I won't sound robotic. And it's like, you still sound robotic. Taking out the M-dashes doesn't help that much.
No, not at all. Right? Because they're looking at like other pieces of the structure there too, right? If your sentences, they're inverting all the time, or you have something else that is like some kind of repeated structure, it's going to feel like AI, even if it's not like AI.